Beruchim habayim. Moshe Liנייado speaking for Kollel Ahavat Yisrael. May their work continue to blossom and spread everywhere. Chag Sameach. We're in the holiday of Hanukkah. Hanukkah has many, many different aspects. Some are very similar to the holiday of Sukkot. There are some which are similar to the holiday of Pesach. And also there are similarities with Purim. First, when I learned the Gemara in Masechet Shabbat concerning Hanukkah, it brings out a machloket Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel, how we are to light the Ner Hanukkah. According to Bet Shammai, which is not the halacha, we start on the first day with 8, and each day we decrease. 2 reasons are brought. Hillel, on the other hand, says you start with 1, and each day you increase. And also 2 reasons are brought. The reason I want to tell you is Malim Bakodesh. We always try to raise ourselves up in Kedusha. So Bet Shammai disagrees? No, he doesn't disagree. He says there's another parallel. Parei HaChag. That when it comes to Sukkot, we start bringing 13 bulls on the first day. And each day decrease till on the last day of Sukkot we bring 7. And on Shmini Atzeres we bring 1 bull. So what does that have to do with Hanukkah? It seems that there's an integral connection between Hanukkah and Sukkot. In the book of the Maccabees, one of the reasons is that on that year, the Greeks did not allow lulavim and etrogim to be found throughout Eretz Yisrael. Therefore, they would make it up, even though there really is no makeup, but they would go and bring lulavim and etrogim to the Beit HaMikdash when they cleaned the Beit HaMikdash on Hanukkah. Another reason is that on Sukkot, we go and march around the Mizbeach. The Mizbeach is a central part in the celebration of the holiday of Sukkot in the time of the Beit HaMikdash. And when was the Chanukhat HaMizbeach? In the time of the second Beit HaMikdash, that was the holiday of Hanukkah. So we have the Mizbeach in Hanukkah and the Mizbeach in Sukkot. And there are similarities to Hanukkah on Pesach. Usually mitzvah, I am not allowed to do what? I am not allowed to spend more than 1/5 of my total assets. But when it comes to 2 mitzvot, the halacha is different. The Rambam tells us when it comes to the mitzvah of Ner Hanukkah, I have to go out and beg to get the candle. And the same thing applies to the Arba Kosot. And both are maybe for the same reason. Pirsume Nisa, to publicize the miracle. Arba Kosot, there's no question we publicize the miracle to the people in our homes. And Chanukiah, it used to be, we used to publicize to the people outside, and now we publicize to the people inside. There's another comparison I want to bring out. The comparison between Hanukkah and Purim. In Halakha, they're always together. But there's a major difference. When it comes to Purim, when we celebrate the miracle, what do? We go and we make a tremendous meal. When it comes to Hanukkah, there's no actual meal. You can make a meal, it's nice, but there's no obligation to make a meal. What's the difference? When it came the holiday of Purim, we celebrate and we remember the vile plans of Haman. He wanted to do what? Destroy our bodies. A total genocide. it was a act of physical destruction. Therefore, we celebrate through an act of physical doings, making a beautiful meal, drinking, enjoying ourselves. But when it comes to Hanukkah, that was not the desire of the Greeks. They didn't want to destroy us. They wanted us to assimilate. They wanted to put out that internal flame, our soul, and make us like every other nation. It was a spiritual destruction. Therefore, a physical meal is not needed. The lighting of the candles is a spiritual act. Fire is the closest thing we could get to spirituality. Most things, almost everything, is swayed by gravity. All goes down, but fire always goes up against gravity. Fire, if you have a little fire, you have all the fire you need, because you could light other things. Fire has no weight. It is a very spiritual part in this world. Therefore, we celebrate it with lighting fire. And therefore, on Hanukkah we say, Ki ner mitzvah v'torah or. Bezrat Hashem, will all be zocher very soon to the Geula Shlema, through the light of the mitzvot and the light of the Torah.